Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream, yes, for a Monday evening, and this is because Codemasters have released finally their gameplay from the new F1 24 game. Yes, finally they've released some gameplay. They've been very reluctant to do so. We've had lots of cutscenes, CGIs and all that malarkey, but now they finally released some gameplay and what can I say? Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, I haven't seen the gameplay. Once again, I just recorded it and didn't watch it and I had the sound turned off. But one thing I did do was look at the comments, and they were pretty horrendous, I have to say, but pretty normal for a new Codemasters F1 title. Hello, Mr. Will F1 Games. He says, hello, Japan EO. That's me, yes. I won in Japan, yes. Well, I would have done if the two in front of me weren't in front of me. But anyway, okay, here it is then. This is the deep dive. Now, if anyone saw my last stream, I had a few problems with recording the video for the game, and I think I've worked that out. It's because I was recording at 60 frames a second, and this computer really only likes 30 frames a second, so I have reduced it to 30 frames, and I think now that the quality is going to be a lot better for this video. So let's go straight into the deep dive of gameplay from F1 24. Let me just check I got enough volume for me. No, I can't hear anything. Hello? Okay, I can hear what's going on. Right, let's start that again. Let's get into it then. Okay, so we're at Spa, thank you champs. It's wet weather, as you can see, and it's away we go. Oh god, he's not a very good driver, is he? No, that was not me driving. They didn't rope me in to do this, I guarantee you. Now, a lot of people were complaining and saying that there's no spray from the tyres and you can see the cars in front of you. Calm your tits down, everyone. Calm your tits down. If you can clearly see the tyres, they're intermediates. So the spray won't actually be that bad. No, not like if you're on full wet. So just calm down, everyone in the comments there of that video on the Codemasters YouTube channel. Yeah, it's it's wet, but it's not chucking down, absolutely chucking down. Now this of course is the new re-profiled laser scanned Spa circuit, so let's have a look at this. Okay, first off the bat, what the hell is wrong with those engine sounds? I'm hoping that isn't the final product that we're going to see in just over a month's time, but that's horrible, horrendous engine noises. What the hell's going on there? They've been a lot better in previous years, but that's they sound muffled, weedy, and they just got no grunt to them. The other thing I noticed is, I don't know who's driving the car obviously, but they seem to be very shifting very early through the gears, which is a little bit strange. But anyway, let's continue. Okay, now we're at Spa once again. This time the weather is sunny and we're in, of course, the Stake F1 car. I think who are we driving as? Is it Bottas? I think it's Bottas, or is it Zool? I can't quite see. But anyway, here we go then, and this is Spa once again. Okay, hold the phone. Hold the phone right there. Hopefully my pause will go off in a minute. Come on, go off, Mr. Pause. Perhaps it's because I've got to go full screen. What the hell is that HUD? That looks hideous. That looks like that was made by the work experience lad. Yes. Now, I've got several issues with the HUD. In fact, quite a few. Let's look at it in detail with my mouse here. Let's have a look at, here's, what are these triangles for the rev indicator? Is that actually in real Formula 1? I can't quite remember. I don't think so. Why on earth didn't they just build a proper Formula 1 HUD or replicate what's actually on the steering wheel in the cockpit view as the HUD? I don't understand. This is a little bit messy. Now, a lot of people once again were losing their shit in the comments saying what does the red bar mean? Well, you know, obviously it's not too difficult to work out. The green bar is obviously your deployment, which you can use at any time for your ERS. And the yellow bar, obviously, is the harvesting for said ERS. And the red bar, of course, is how much of the ERS battery power you've got left over in any given lap. Because, of course, you get a full charge every single lap. So there you go. That's the explanation for all those who didn't know in the HUD on F1 24. But it's just, no. I know it was on Twitter. Yano Otmi has posted a picture of the 2006 HUD and says this is the GOAT HUD. And I agree with you. The only thing I didn't like about that HUD was you couldn't actually see what your top speed was. Well, you could, it was there, but you had to really squint at it and go, how fast am I going? But apart from that, yeah, that is the GOAT HUD. But this is just, and of course the yellow bit in the middle, that's 50%, that's your battery, how much you've actually got left. But this is this is hideous. Anyway, let's continue. One question, who the hell drives in chase view anymore? I know it's just a demonstration, but seriously, Codemaster, seriously. No one uses chase view anymore, no. The cars, I have to say, don't look very well planted. I mean, as a lot of people in the comments have said, who the hell's driving this? I don't think the driving standards are up to much. It's probably one of the developers or maybe his work experience lad is driving it, but it's definitely not a Yano Opmia person driving it. Definitely not. But it just doesn't seem very planted, especially on the rear end. There seems to be a lot of swaying from left to right. Now, of course, you did get that a lot more on the chase view anyway, but it just seems a little bit of swayiness. But of course, we will see what it's like just over a month now until it comes out. Whoa, nearly lost it there. Now, just thinking about that, I'm not quite sure what let's have a look and see if it recharges across as... Oh, it's the end of qualifying. Anyway, Circuit de Monaco now, and it's wet. Once again, intermediate tyres. Ow! God, that noise is very painful to my ears. Not the fact that it hurts my ears, but just having to listen to it. What the hell? This is the Red Bull, for God's sake. This is the premier F1 car in Formula One right now, and it sounds like a Husqvarna lawnmower. It's, I'll tell you what. This is giving me. This is giving me F1 2014 vibes. Yes, anyone remembers that godforsaken piece of shite? This is what this is sounding like. Just listen to this Red Bull again. Why is it so muffled? It's baffling me. Why is it muffled? It's horrible. Anyway, let's continue. Oh! Oh! Save me! Oh! Can't be serious. Oh! Anyway, Circuit of Monaco once again. The weather is now sunny and we're looking at the front wing view. I actually do like this view, I must admit.
30 seconds left in the session.
Thank you, Mark. Mark Priestley, of course, once again on commentary duties for the engineer. Yes, now I'm a little bit perplexed now because he just had the ERS on there and the red bar wasn't actually moving. So I'm not quite sure about that red bar anymore. I mean, the green is obviously deployment and the yellow is harvest, but I'm not quite sure what that red one is for. I'm very confused. Anyway, let's continue. Oh wait, there is a new mode, I just remembered, isn't there? Something to do with the engine. Maybe that's what the red bar is. Interesting, Codemasters, interesting. But yes, that could be a new feature. Engine braking, isn't it? Something like that. Maybe that's what that is. Now that engine doesn't sound too bad. Okay, now we're at Silverstone and it's cloudy weather. Back to the cockpit view. That actually sounds better than the Red Bull. So what have they done to the Red Bull? So graphically, not much has changed. Clearly, you can see that on the screen. It looks very similar to F1 23. Of course, they can't change it graphically because they're still using the old Ego game engine. All they can do is, you know, bells and whistle tweaks, but nothing more than that. So yeah, if you are expecting a radical evolution of the F1 game series for this game, then I'm sorry, but you're out of luck because this is not going to happen. This is using the same Ego engine that was actually put in place for 2015. Yes, this is just a variation of that F1 2015 game engine, if everyone remembers that absolute travesty, which they continued on into 2016. Basically the same game engine with just tweaks. And then, of course, in 2017, they did try and make some improvements to it, and they've been doing that ever since. But it is still that game engine from 2015, which they took, I think they took nearly 2 years to make that game engine, because that was the problem that we had with F1 2014 coming out on the PS3, which is just a copy and paste job. And then, of course, 2015 came out, and it wasn't very good at all. But, you know, we can't all blame Codemasters for that. They were hard at work trying to get this new engine working, and it's done them well because they're still using it, 9 years later? 9 years later, still using the same game engine. That's just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Very twitchy. That's what's coming across. Very twitchy. Don't forget, of course, this is the first time, as was confirmed by David Greco in my comments on one of my other videos, that we have a new handling man for the job, because he has now left Codemasters. So he was the man that was responsible for the handling since, I think, 2016. He is now gone, so the new handling man is in charge. Don't know who he is. Haven't heard who that is, but yeah, so for the first time, the handling is going to be all new, because obviously this is someone that's come in now and has had to build up the handling from scratch, whereas, of course, David Greco would have just, you know, done each year through evolution, improving the handling each year, apart from F122, of course. But, you know, that's how you do it. You build up that handling and you just evolutionize it every single year, whereas now this new man has come in and he's had to basically take on the handling and build it from scratch, absolute scratch. And of course, it's not just going to be one man. There's going to be a team. I don't know how many in the team, maybe 3, 4, 5 people doing that handling, but they've still got to, you know, basically start again. It's like Adrian Newey leaving Red Bull and going to Ferrari. He'd have to start, you know, from scratch and design his Ferrari car, stuff like that. It's the same difference. So anyone who's expecting the handling from F1 23, the has to be said, nice silky handling for 23. There was no complaints about the handling. Don't think that is going to translate to 2024, because it's not going to happen. Okay, there's nothing to say that it's not going to be as good handling as 23, but it's still going to be slightly different because there's someone else doing it. And as they said in Star Trek, fresh minds, new ideas. So there you go. Now Silverstone again, light cloud in a Williams. That also doesn't sound too bad. Here we go, through maggots and backets. Sweep left, sweep right, braking hard, down the hanger straight. Fantastic. So that sounds okay. So I'm hoping that horrible cockpit sound is just something that you can simulate. It's supposed to simulate, you know, what the real sound in the engine sounds like if you're actually in the car. And hopefully you'll be able to change that for all you lovers of the cockpit view. I'm not one of them. I prefer this T-Cam view myself. But I know a lot of people do like the cockpit view. And hopefully you can change that sound to something a little bit better. Let's hope so anyway. Okay, now LaSalle, weather's cloudy, we're in a huss, and it's go, go, go! Oh no, we're back to the horrible sound again. It's hurting my ears. Nassau again in a Ferrari. Weather is dry. Back to the T-cam view. Now I noticed that whoever's driving the car is now going through the ERS modes. Now let me just pause that and explain the ERS. Now the ERS has gone back to the 2018 system that we had in F1 2018 for quite a few years ago, and that is where you can use all the deployment modes. Whereas before, when they changed it in 2019, because people complained because there was too many deployment modes, they simplified it to only overtake and medium. Now all those modes are back again. So not only have you got overtake and medium, you've also got off. You've also got hot lap as well, which you can use during the race. Because if we look and see in the right hand corner, you will see them going through the different modes. We've got none at the moment. There are medium, overtake, hot lap. Now, it was explained in 2018, of course everyone's forgotten because that was quite a while ago, that hot lap was what you used in the qualifying sessions, but you could use it in the race as well, because hot lap actually didn't deplete your ERS as fast as overtake. Overtake really is only for, as it entails, overtaking cars that are directly in front of you. So going down the straight at full chat trying to overtake a car, the overtake mode is the best mode to be in. But hot lap over a complete lap is a better system because, as I say, it actually recovers more ERS over the whole lap than compared to the overtake. So I'm glad that they brought that back. I didn't enjoy it that much because it's more modes to keep looking at while you're supposed to be driving. But, you know, I think it's good that we can now use all the ERS modes, which we could do before they nerfed it, as I say, because everyone complained because it was too complicated. Well, now it's gone back to being complicated, so don't start moaning again, okay? Okay, La Salle again, weather's dry, chase view, in an Alpine.
And that's just 30 seconds left in the session.
Thank you, Mark. I don't know why you want to showcase this circuit, it's horrible. Palm trees in the background. Palm trees. What we got now? Shanghai. Sunny weather Ferrari. Offset T-cam view.
Be careful, the tyres have deteriorated significantly at this point.
Oh, thank you, Mark. That's new. I haven't heard that one before. Oh, 75. Did you see that? Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hold the phone. There we go. Now, a lot of people have said about this during the beta testing, and that is that it is possible, if you're basically an idiot and you over push the car and indeed the tyres, that you can get them up to insane levels very, very quickly. And just one individual tyre. Now, of course, at Shanghai, there's a lot of left-hand turns. So as you can see, the front left on this car is at 75%, but the other three tyres are very, very low. Look, 23 and 22 for both the rears, and 44 for the front right. So yes, it is possible, if you're a chump, to actually get your tyre complete. I mean, that would be a serious situation in a race if you're going to tyre that worn, because you'd have to pit early. And I mean, you've only got 23% wear on the rear, so you haven't really done, you can't have done that many. Well, you can see on the top left of the screen there, it says lap 9 out of 20. So if that's after 9 laps, 75% on the front. I don't know, that's pretty, that would be pretty much, mind you, they are medium tyres, so yeah, that is a little bit horrendous. So obviously they're demonstrating there that it is possible if you are pretty bad at driving, or that could also be the result of a mistake. If you spun round, you could have spun that left front tyre and completely destroyed it, which is what you got there with 75%. But they're also saying if you drive the car too hard and push on these tyres, then you could end up in a situation where one of these tyres could be really, really worn, and you'd probably have to make an early pit stop. So that I quite like. It's Alonso and Stroll. Amazing. It's amazing. Oh, Lulu 2008. Almost. Wowzers. Wowzers. Pit stops look exactly the same as last year. Yep, exactly the same commentary as well. 2.4 second stop.
Tyres now, we want to finish the race on this compound.
Now we've got Shanghai weather heavy cloud. What are they showing now? Well, that is the extreme front wing view, isn't it?
Good job, nice overtake.
Good job. This is also a sprint race. Must be a full sprint race. There's 19 laps. Yeah, it's got to be a full sprint race. I suppose they use the sprint races to demonstrate, the game, because they're shorter races. Good idea. Good idea. And now we've got Shanghai again. The weather is wet and we're in the V car. But oh my God. Oh, he'd almost binned it as well. Daniel Ricciardo, the honey badger. Almost binned it. Now. This I did see in the comments for this video, and apparently everyone's lost their shit over this. Apparently Daniel Ricciardo speaks in a moment, so let's stand by for this. I can't wait. Here we go.
Good start. Obviously, I'll learn a bit from today. And yeah, we'll keep getting better, but not a bad first weekend. Congrats.
I'm sorry, that is completely unrealistic. There is no way Daniel Ricciardo would be in 6th place. Sorry, Codemasters, I'm out. If you're gonna make a sim, make it realistic. That is not real. No, that is not realistic. No way Daniel Ricciardo would be in 6th place. But there it is. There was the very tinny voice. I know it was trying to sound authentic to an actual in the car, but that sounded very tinny indeed. But there you go. Everyone was losing their shit over that. Real drivers do actually speak in this game. But that's been done before, of course, in F1 Manager. So it's nothing new. They've obviously just tacked that on as a bit of competition. Because, of course, we don't know what's happening with F1 Manager yet. Things are not looking too good at that studio. So we don't even know if there's going to be any more of those games. But anyway, there you go then. That is the deep dive for the gameplay on F1 24. 24. Yes. Okay, let's go to the comments now. Whew. Wow, what can you say? What can you say? What have we got? Hello, Mr. Plino Plessy says, oh, here we go. Yes, here we go once again. I don't know what they did to the HUD. You can barely see the speedometer. This is true. That HUD is horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. It really is. I don't even know what they're thinking. I say just replicate the steering wheel on the HUD, on the head-up display. Why is that so difficult to think of doing? I don't get it. Same game engines as the last 9 games. Yes. If that is the throttle system, then yeah, I believe the red must be the throttle system. This new engine braking, I think that's what the red is for. As I say, I thought it was how much deployment over the lap, but that's clearly not it. So there you go. Hello, Rodrigo AFP, is that? I do apologise if I've got your name wrong. He says, what's the red bar in the HUD? Yeah, I'm thinking it's the new engine braking system, which was announced earlier in one of their videos. That's what I'm thinking anyway. As I say, I thought it was deployment, but it wasn't actually going down. It was actually going up over the lap, and it wasn't regenerating as you crossed the line as well. So I'm pretty sure that's the new engine braking system that they've got. That's the red bar. If that is the throttle system, then yeah. Think that's for part of the person think it's for the overtake button. I'm really not. I'm confused, to be honest. The pit entry in Qatar's mini map is still wrong. Yes, quite possibly. Hello, Mr. Poochie Head, sir. Welcome to the stream. He says it's that time of the year again. How's it going, Uncle Dave? Very well, thank you, sir. Very well indeed. How are you doing? Not heard from you for ages. Hello, Stingray Rob. Welcome to the stream. Planet says Qatar is fun on the MotoGP games, but that's just my opinion. Poochie Head says these palm trees remind me of the palm trees at Sepang on F1 2000 PS1. Well, funny you should say that, because who made F1 2000 on the PS1? Well, 2 companies. One of those was EA Sports. It's in the game. Planet says, I'm guessing whoever drove the Ferrari got a 3-second penalty on purpose. Yes, quite possibly. Quite possibly. He almost did a 2007 Hamilton. Yes, he almost did, whoever was driving. Sorry, yeah, 2007. Did I say 2000? I think I said 2008. 2007. Laurie Rostock, hello, sir. He says, looks like a copy and paste to me. Yep, pretty much the same as last year's game. As always. As always. I sit here every year. Everyone wants me to get really excited and say, oh, it's brilliant, but I'm sorry, I can't. Brian Petty says, that team radio quality sounds like something out of a game, but yeah, it's horrible. I know it's trying to sound realistic, but that doesn't sound very realistic, does it? If you listen to the real life inside the cockpit, it sounds a hell of a lot better than that. A hell of a lot better than that. It's not, I mean, that's basically your Nokia 3310 from 1992, isn't it? That's the audio quality. That's your Nokia 3310 from 1992. That's just ridiculous. I wonder if you get any team radio if you crash. Now that would be interesting. Yes, yes. All right, Daniel, you plum. I'd like that. Laurie says, no idea why people were losing their shit over something like that. No, I've got no idea either. As I say, it was in the F1 manager games as well. You had the drivers saying things. So it's not even anything new, to be honest. But you know what people are like. You know what people are like. They lose their shit over the simplest things. And they have done with the team radio. Stingray Rob says, this will be the first time in my entire life where I've had the ability to buy an F1 game, but I've chosen not to. Well, there you go. There you go, Codemasters. There you go. He could buy the game, but he's not going to. No. He's not going to spend the money because he's sensible. Yes. Unlike me, which named my channel F1 Games PlayStation, and I got to go and buy the bloody thing. Yes. I don't want to. But what a stupid name for a YouTube channel. What a stupid name. Whoever thought of that stupid name for a YouTube channel, eh? I don't know. Planet Blizzard says, I didn't buy F123 yet. I've downloaded it because it was free on PlayStation Plus. Well, don't worry, Planet Blizzard. If you wait another 10 months, it'll be free on PlayStation Plus again. That is actually the first time I've seen an F1 game for free on PlayStation Plus. Correct me if you know of another one, but I'm pretty sure they haven't done that before. So that is a first, I think. It just goes to show you their desperation to actually sell the game if they actually give it away free. But of course there was a tie-in to that, wasn't there? Because you could get some of the F124 liveries. That's why they gave it away free, so you could do that. I understand that, but as I say, wait 10 months and it'll probably be on PlayStation Plus free again. Free again. Don't think it was. Also, congratulations to Max Verstappen on winning the Miami Grand Prix. Yes, indeed. Well done, Max. Well done. Oh, what a fight he had with Checo there. What a fight he had. Yeah, Checo almost caught up to him, but unfortunately, no, he was 10 seconds behind. But it was close. It was really close at one point. So congratulations to Max for winning the championship, winning the race. Stingray Rob says, I don't think it was possible to create something less exciting than actual Formula 1 right now. No, neither did I, but that's Codemasters for you. Planet Business says, yes, you're going to end up buying a £60 or however much it is DLC for F123. Exactly. £60 for DLC F123, which is basically what it is. I've been saying that for years. They should just release it as DLC. Charge you £25 because nobody's going to begrudge paying £25 for an F1 game. Seriously, no one's going to. If you did that every year, yeah, just update deliveries and charge, everyone would love it. Even if the game wasn't very good, people would still buy it because it's £25. It's £25. The reluctance here is the fact that it's 60, 70, 80, 90, £100 depending on where you live in the world. £100 if you convert it into other people's currencies. It's £100 in some places for the bells and whistles, what's it called, Champions Edition or whatever. £100. That's the problem Codemasters have got. Nothing else. That's the problem. It's too bloody expensive for just an update. It's just an update. It's just a yearly update now. It's the same as, hang on, I'm going to sneeze. Oh! No, I didn't. It's just a yearly update, just like FIFA is, or as it's changed now to FC24, I don't know, something like that anyway. But that's what FIFA was. They just updated it every single year. That's exactly what they're doing with the F1 game series now. There's going to be no innovations. The only innovation that's going to come is when they finally get rid of that bloody ego engine. Oh, I know. Everyone's fed up with it now. I mean, it looks okay. It doesn't look any different from the last one. Now, I've got a PS5, but I've only got a 1080p monitor, which I use for it. So I haven't got PS5 in 4K. So I don't know. But that's the problem, you see. F123 for me in 1080p looks exactly the same as the PS4 version of F122. It looks no different. So, it just goes to show you that the improvements are minimal. You'd think that even on the PS5, even though it's only a 1080p panel, you'd think that you'd be able to see some kind of difference, little bits, but I don't see any difference at all. It all looks exactly the same as the game that I was playing 2 years ago on PS4, which is F122. Looks no different. So, yeah. Until they get rid of that bloody ego engine, it's always going to look the same. Planet says that's the problem with these sports games. If EA had called the F1 game something else without having named it after a year, updating the game, then maybe it would be a bit better. This is true. Yep. It would be a bit better. We're just missing those days of F1 2010, aren't we, lads? Really, let's just say it. I mean, that game just blew us away. We've been spoiled because that game just blew us away so much that there's no comebacks now, is there? Everything that's going to come along, it's always going to be compared to F1 2010, and everyone's going to say, don't like it. It's not as good as F1 2010. But in the same mould that I do exactly the same thing because I'm a little bit older, where I compare every game to F1 97, and I say it's not as good as that game. It's not as good as that game. Now, of course, if you look at F1 97 now, it's a very dated. It's an old PS1 game. It's very, very dated. The AI are pretty terrible, to be honest, because they stick to the racing line like they're on a Scalextric set. So it's, but it's still a great Formula One game, and I'd rather play that than one of the modern Codemasters games, which kind of says a lot. Kind of when it came out in 1997, kind of says a lot. But yeah, as I say, we've just been spoiled. It's an old saying they say about the laws of diminishing returns, and that is, let's look at it in the fact of, let's look at a car. Someone brings out a car. Let's think of something really. Aston Martin. There you go. Aston Martin bring out a car, yeah, and it is let's just say it's the best car on the planet. Best car on the planet. It has got everything that you want in a car, and I mean absolutely everything. Electric, everything. Stereo. Top of the range. There's nothing in this car that you would ever want again. So that is the law of diminishing returns, because then a few years later, say 3 or 4 years later, Aston Martin bring out another car. But how are they going to improve when the original was so good? They can't. All they can do is add a few bells and whistles to it, a few tweaks, but they can't improve on it because this original car was the best car they ever made. You see? And that is what they call the law of diminishing returns. As you go through and every year you update or improve something, obviously it's going to get worse every time. It happens in the film industry with sequels, of course. Everyone remembers the great first film, and then they come out with a sequel and it's not so good. A couple of exceptions, Terminator 2. So it's not so good, and then the third film comes out and it's not so good, and then they start to get into the diminishing returns territory when the fourth one comes out, and when the fourth one comes out, they basically try to copy the first one, but only half as good, and then that's it, and then it just diminishes and diminishes and diminishes until it becomes a shell of its former self. Now, in regards to films, there's one series that comes to mind, and that's the Fast and Furious series. Okay, that is a story of diminishing returns. When the first one came out, it was a tiny little film, tiny little B film that nobody thought it was going to be popular, successful. And if you look at the first Fast and the Furious movie, it's nothing. It really isn't. No, it's something that could be on ITV late on a Saturday night. That's as good as it gets. It's really, the first Fast and the Furious is really not that special. And then they came out with 2 Fast and Furious, got rid of Vin Diesel, just had Walker in it, and then it just deteriorated, and you had Tokyo Drift, it just deteriorated. Then it started to pick up. Then you had Fast and Furious 5, which in my estimation, as about anyone else's, Fast and Furious 5 was my that's where the Fast and Furious series peaks as far as I'm concerned. That was a great movie. It reminded me a lot of The Italian Job, very much so, and there was a lot of themic values in that sort of reminded me of The Italian Job. But that, to me, Fast and Furious 5 was a great movie. And then, of course, where do they go from there? They couldn't go anywhere from there, and so all they could do was go downhill. And then we had 6 and 7 and 8 and Hobbs and Shaw and 9, and now we got 10, and they all slightly diminish as they go along. And now finally it looks like they're going to finish it with 11, which they should have finished it with 5, to be honest, but there you go. So that is what happens, and it happens with everything. Just the laws of diminishing returns. Everything gets crap as it goes along. But when people come out with a fresh idea, that's the best time. But unfortunately, not many people come out with fresh ideas anymore because they just like to copy what everyone else has done. Yes, because it's easier and requires no thought or effort whatsoever. Monty 1964, hello sir, welcome to the stream. He says Max will win 8 world championships. I believe you could be right, as long as he stays at Red Bull though. when the Sony F1 games happened, the first 2 games were great. Then came 98, which was a disappointment. I think disappointment is not a word I'd use, but I'll go with it. 99 and 2000 were decent. Then it went back to PS2 and they improved. Yes, true. And that's what I say. You know, also, especially with video games. Now, video games are supposed to be the reverse of movies. And that is when they come out, they're okay. But then every year they can improve on it because, you know, you can get improvements of the graphics, the gameplay and everything else because the technology moves on. Which is something, you know, you can't really do in movies. If you've got actors playing the roles, then that's as far as you can go with it. But as far as games are concerned, the technology should improve every single year so you can make the games better. And so it usually does work in games that they get better. But unfortunately, in the F1 series, that hasn't worked because, as you say, F1 98 was an absolute travesty. But it wasn't all their fault. You know, changed to a different developer. They had 6 months to make the game. And there was only 6 people in the team. You can imagine that these days with Rockstar's got, 1,000 people working on GT6. And they had 6 to work on F1 98. 6 people. 6 people to work on F1 98. And 6 months to make that game. It amazes me how good that game really is with that time scale. It does. It amazes me. And when F1 Championship Edition came out, which is still one of the best F1 games ever, they soon lost the license. Just make me wish what else they could have done in the PS3 era. Yeah, it would have been great if they'd have carried on with that license. I think I said in an earlier stream that their plan was that they were going to do, which Codemaster should have done, with the yearly updates. They were just going to update the liveries and keep with the engine that they had in Championship Edition. Because that engine was, as you know, brand new for the PS3 version of F1. It was brand new, so you know they were just going to keep that, and I think they could have gone on to real great success with that. All they had to do was get rid of the stupid rev penalties, which was a sticking plaster problem over a much bigger solution. I didn't like the rev penalties. There was no point in it, but if they could have got rid of that, they could have carried on that engine and done a good 3 or 4 games out of that, which would have been great. Fast and Furious has gone on as long as Alonso's F1 career. It has. I can't believe that first one came out in, what was it, 2001? Fast and Furious? I think it was 2001, wasn't it? I can't believe it's been that long. And let's face it, they've consistently made them every, 3 or 4 years, haven't they? There hasn't been much of a gap between Fast and Furious movies, has there, really? I mean, even during COVID, they've managed, because they had one that was ready to go just before COVID, didn't they? And then they finished off, and I think they were halfway through the next one when COVID struck, and so they just finished it off after COVID was over. So there hasn't really been any sort of break in the movies. There's been a pretty consistent 3 or 4 years, you know, output of those movies. But yeah, it's been 20 odd years, 18 years, something like that, since the first. It's just amazing. And Vin Diesel, yes, he still looks the same. I can't believe it. For me, 98 was a disappointment for those who played the first 2 games and expected 98 to be better. Yes, I was expecting 98 to be better, and I was seriously disappointed. Oh my god. Hello, Mod79. Welcome to the stream. He says, my biggest disappointment in video games was indeed F1 98. The other being... oh my god. He said the T word. Everyone. He said Tomb Raider. Oh no. No, don't get me started. Don't get me started on the Angel of Darkness. Please, don't get me started. Now, some of you may know, some of you may not know, I am a die-hard Lara Croft fan. Yes, I love Tomb Raider. I've played them all, and I play them indefinitely. So I start from the first one, I go right to the end, and I start again. And I've been doing that for about the past 15 years. I know. Absolutely crazy, but that's what I do. I just keep going through them. I only do like 15 minutes a day or whatever, so I don't sit there for hours doing them, but like 15 minutes a day, every single day, and I go through every single game. I get to the end, and I start again. And I've been doing that for the last 15 years. Yes, I know, I need to be committed. You don't need to tell me that. But yes, Angel of Darkness, oh my god. What a travesty. What a big a big franchise gone completely wrong. That's what that was. Gone completely wrong. It could have been great. It should have been great. It wasn't. It was a disaster. It was a disaster. And there's not a lot else you can say about that. Both games were absolute shit, yes. Will F1 Games is not buying this game. It looks shite. Thank you, Will, for your input. Planal Betty says that Tomb Raider game was so... It was. Oh, God. That's, just imagine being a die-hard fan like me and first loading up Angel of Darkness. Now, you know, the cut scene at the beginning, that was really good. That was really exciting. That really drawed you in, and you started to think to yourself, oh, my God. This is like a more adult version of Tomb Raider, and it looks really great. And then it goes into the gameplay, and you look at it and you think, wow, these graphics look great. You know, it's PS2. This Lara looks swish. She really does swish. And then you start to move her, and the sad reality suddenly kicks in. Oh my God. She literally moved like she was steering through porridge. It was literally like, climb the ladder, Lara. No, you're an inch away from the ladder. No, wait, let's turn you round. Turn you round to the right. That's it. Right, now, go forward a little bit, Lara. Now, let's turn you round to the left and walk forward. Now, grab the ladder, Lara. No, she's still not grabbed. She must be half a millimetre away from the ladder. Well, turn her around and forward a little bit more, Lara. A little bit. Okay. Turn you around this way. Forward, and climb the ladder, Lara. Go on, yes, you can do it. Climb the. Ah, yes, she's climbing the ladder. Oh, fantastic. Oh, she's done it, lads. She's done it. We have climbed the ladder on Tomb Raider, the Angel of Darkness. Oh, the relief. The relief. All right, maybe a slight exaggeration there, but you get my point. Oh, it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Where's Tiberius Bear? Here he is. Just for you, Will. TB the bear. He's still naked. Naked bear. Look at the bear. Look. Can you see his willy? Look, it's there somewhere. He tells me it's there. Do you see it? Can you see his willy? No. I think he's lying. I don't think he's got a willy. Mod79 says the Tomb Raider remasters are superb. 100% agree with you. I'm currently, obviously playing through them right now. And savouring every moment. I believe you. Rishi Sunak is a better driver than the Hookster. Agreed. Nicola Sturgeon is a better driver than the Hookster. No. Ellie Goulding is a better... Yes. Jess McFadden is the GOAT. Tom Bellingham is a... Yes. Tommy is definitely a better driver than me. Plumber says Lara Croft is a better... Yes, Lara Croft is a better driver than Hookster. P.S. Luton Rules is a better driver than Hookster. Grand New... Yes. Okay, anyway. Bloody hell, how long have I been on here? 56 minutes. I thought you were going to come on for 30 minutes. Anyway, thanks so much for being with me tonight, everyone, for our little deep dive into game. Apparently, there's another video in about 3 days. I can't keep up with these videos. But anyways, we will be there. Hopefully, it'll be on Thursday, and I'll be live anyway, so I'll be do it live. I hope the quality of the video that I showed you tonight was a lot better than the last one. I say I'm always trying to improve and find ways around things. That the video from the other day was appalling, but I think you'll agree the video of the one I showed tonight was very, very good indeed, because I've adjusted a few settings, so that was very good. So I hope the quality was better for you out there, because that other one was jerking along like anything. Yes, my potato PC, as Mr. Blindall Pessy said. One thing I will say is to make sure you all keep F123 installed when F124 releases. Absolutely, yes. Keep that one, because, it might not be good. Valtteri Bottas is a better driver. Yes, I agree. Bat Bear is a better driver. Yes. Another one. TB is a yes. Grugu is a yes. The quality was better, unlike the potato quality last time. Thank you, Plano. Thank you for the input there. Yes. I thought the quality was a lot better as well. Of course, I only live stream in 720p anyway because it helps the computer. There's no way I could do 1080p. The computer would just explode into a massive fireball. Yes, the house would catch fire. You know, I'd be sitting there with flames everywhere. There's no way I could stream in 1080. And that's a 4K. Forget it. Forget 4K. No. So I only stream in 720 anyway. So that video was in 720. But I did reduce the frame rate down to 30 frames a second, which did actually improve. Because as I was recording it, I usually get an error message saying, oh, your encoder's overloaded. But I didn't get a thing. So that's good. Now, unfortunately, I did do some checks over the weekend, and YouTube takes up 50% of the resources on my computer, and OBS takes up another 50% of the resources on my computer. So when I'm recording a video off of YouTube using OBS, obviously that's going to take 100% of the resources of the computer, so there's nothing left. So yeah, so I made a few adjustments, and I hope the quality was a little bit better, and I know what to do now to keep that improvement going forward. Tiamat Marduk is a better driver than Hookster. Yes. However, yes. No. Hayden's Gusset is not a better driver than Hookster. You don't believe me? You go back and watch his live streams. Yes. Go back and watch his live streams. I was watching one of those the other day. Yes. He crashed on the first lap and flashbacks and he restarted. That's right. Restarted. Yes. Unbelievable. Yes. Don't get any restarts in the ERL. Jarno Opmeer is absolutely, he is. That's not even in dispute. Jarno Opmeer is the GOAT, yes, esports world champion. I'm never going to compete with that, and I wouldn't even attempt to, so there you go. That would be a good video, wouldn't it? Me against Jarno Opmeer. Oh my God, what a disaster that would be. What a disaster that would be. Opmeer against me in a video. Oh my God, yes. Wow, says Will F1 Gaming. Wow, indeed. Anyway, so that's it. I've been on an hour now, so I'm going to disappear. Thanks so much for everyone for watching this stream. Obviously, I will be back at some point. Thanks to Will F1 Gaming in the chat tonight. Plano Plessy was in there as well. To Mr. Poochie Head, thank you very much, sir, for joining me in the stream. Long time no here, and welcome back to the chat. Also, Mod79, thank you, sir, for joining me in the chat. Monty1964 was in there as well. Thank you, Monty. Stingray Rob as well. Laurie Rustog was in there as well. And Rodrigo, I think it was. He was in there right at the start of the stream as well. So there you go. Thanks, everyone. Join me again for another video from Codemasters shortly. I think it's be Thursday, so I can't wait. I don't even know what it's about, this one. So there you go. Hookster versus Opmeer. Yes. He pronounces cash as Kesh. Does he? What a weird man he is. Is that Jarno Oatmeal. What a weird man. Anyway, thanks everyone. Awesome as always. Obviously, I will be here on the 31st of May, which is just over a month away now, for my usual live stream shenanigans, where I shall be going through F1 24. So join me for that. I'll say just over a month. I haven't even ordered the game yet, so I just look at it and I'm like, do I have to? So I'm still going to leave it about another 3 weeks yet, because plenty of time. So anyway, thanks everyone. You've been awesome as always, and I'll catch you in the next video.